You know, it's kind of wild how fast a story can blow up these days, especially when you're talking about politics in the media.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like 1 minute it's just this little thing, and the next it's like boom everywhere, and everyone's got an opinion on it.
Oh, absolutely. And with the way everything is now, so connected, everyone's online all the time.
Yeah.
It's like interpretations just spread like wildfire.
Right. And sometimes it feels like people are jumping to conclusions before we even know what really happened.
Oh, before we even get all the facts.
So that's actually what we're going to dive into today.
Okay, cool.
This whole thing with some accusations being made by some Trump supporters against Fox News. And it all has to do with this upcoming interview with Vice President Kamala Harris.
Interesting.
Yeah. And, like always, these things don't just appear out of thin air.
Right. They come from somewhere.
Exactly. So for this one, we're looking at a YouTube video from the Ring of Fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen those guys.
Yeah, so they're basically reacting to all the chatter and speculation that's going around on social media about this interview.
Makes sense. It's like the breeding ground for these kinds of things, right?
Totally. And, our goal here isn't to be like, oh, this side is right or this side is wrong.
Yeah, we're not taking sides here.
Nope. Our mission is to really dig into these accusations. Like, what are they based on? What's the context?
Like, let's break it down.
Exactly. We're going to stick to the facts and try to understand what's really going on.
Okay, so where do we even start with this?
Well, to really get what's happening now, we kind of have to go back to the beginning and understand what sparked this whole thing.
Right, like the root of the issue.
Yeah, so it all seems to stem from this upcoming book, Revenge.
Okay, I've heard of that. It's by that political reporter, Alex Eisenstadt, right?
Yes, exactly. Him. So in the book, he makes this pretty serious allegation.
Oh, really? What is it?
So he's saying that an unnamed staffer at Fox News actually leaked town hall questions to Donald Trump's team.
Whoa, hold on, seriously.
Yeah, and get this, reportedly it happened through text message.
Text message. Wow, that's bold.
I know, right? And this was all about 30 minutes before a town hall event hosted by Fox News.
And this was during the Republican presidential primaries, right?
Exactly. So, those who really followed the primaries closely will remember that this town hall happened at the exact same time as a debate.
Oh, wow. So Trump was off doing his own thing, potentially with insider info.
While the other candidates were duking it out on the debate stage.
That's a huge advantage if it's true.
Right. It really raises questions about whether Fox News was giving Trump preferential treatment.
For sure. And what makes this even more serious is that Eisenstadt says he has photographic evidence of the leak.
Yeah, he's really going all in with that claim.
Wow. So even if it hasn't been verified yet, just the claim of having proof lends a lot of weight to the accusation.
For sure. It makes you take it more seriously.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now the question becomes, how does this all connect to the current accusations against Fox News about this Harris interview?
Yeah, it seems like kind of a jump, right?
It does, but according to the Ring of Fire, after Eisenstadt's book and this allegation became public, a bunch of Trump supporters started accusing Fox News of doing something similar with Kamala Harris.
So it's like a tit for tat kind of thing?
Yeah, like if you did it to us, we're going to say you're doing it to them.
Interesting.
And remember, this Harris interview with Brett Baer is coming up this Wednesday.
Right, right.
So there's all this buzz around it. And the Ring of Fire points to social media posts where people are speculating that Harris's team would only agree to the interview if it was going to be easy.
Oh, so they're thinking she got the questions beforehand or something.
Exactly. It's basically mirroring the Eisenstadt allegation, but flipped.
So how has Fox News responded to all of this?
Well, Brett Baer actually went on Twitter to address it head on.
Good for him. I always appreciate when people address things directly.
Right, me too. And he straight up denied the accusations.
What did he say exactly?
He said no questions were given to Harris's team beforehand. No preconditions were set for the interview at all.
So he's very clearly saying there was no special treatment.
Absolutely. And you can tell he wants to be transparent about the whole process.
I bet, especially with all the scrutiny on the media these days.
Definitely. So he even gave some details about the interview format and timing.
Oh, really? What did he say?
So he said the interview is actually being pre-recorded shortly before his live show on Wednesday.
Okay, so it's not live?
Nope. And he'll be anchoring his show from Pennsylvania that day.
Interesting.
And he also said that any editing that they do will be minimal just for time constraints.
So making sure it fits into the show.
Exactly. And he emphasized that it won't compromise the editorial integrity of the interview.
Okay, that's good to know.
And he made it clear that only he has the question.
So trying to shut down any speculation about them being shared.
Yeah. It seems like he's trying to get ahead of any narratives that might suggest this is some kind of prearranged softball interview.
Right, get out in front of it.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's talk about the Ring of Fire and their take on all this.
Okay, so what do they have to say?
Well, they basically see these accusations against Harris as a direct reaction to the allegations against Trump and Fox News.
Okay, so like a defensive move.
Exactly. And they even call it deflection.
Trying to shift the focus.
Yep. And they're pretty blunt about it. They call the whole situation dumb.
Wow. They don't hold back.
Nope. And they point out something really important. They say there's no evidence to support the claim that Harris's team got the questions beforehand.
Oh, that's a big difference from the Eisenstadt situation where he's claiming to have proof.
Right, exactly. The Ring of Fire makes that distinction very clear.
So basically, one allegation has at least the suggestion of proof, even if it hasn't been verified.
While the other is just pure speculation.
Which makes a big difference in how seriously people take it.
Absolutely. And the Ring of Fire also brings up the context of the Harris interview.
Oh, right. She's on her way out, isn't she?
Yeah, they point out that she's leaving office in a week.
So it's kind of like an exit interview.
Exactly. And they argue that even if questions were shared, it wouldn't really matter that much.
Because she's not in the thick of things anymore.
Right. Her time in office is almost over.
That's a good point. And they even touch on speculation about Harris's future in politics.
Oh, yeah. What are people saying?
Well, the Ring of Fire suggests that this interview probably won't have a huge impact on her future plans.
So they're downplaying the significance of it all.
Exactly. So what's their final conclusion about all these accusations against Fox News concerning Harris?
Well, they don't think it's some big grand conspiracy.
So what do they think it is?
They see it more as just an immediate reaction, a tactic being used to take the heat off of the Trump and Fox News allegations.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they specifically say, nice attempt at deflection.
So they're pretty convinced that it's politically motivated.
Seems like it. But, I do wonder, couldn't there still be genuine concerns about bias, even if there's no evidence yet?
That's a good point. It's worth considering.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's recap the key takeaways from our deep dive today.
Okay, sounds good. So we started with this pretty serious allegation of a question leak during the presidential primaries, and the person making the allegation says he has photographic evidence.
Right, and that's a big deal.
For sure. Then we have these subsequent accusations against the same network, but this time it's about an interview with the outgoing vice president.
And as far as we know, these accusations are based on speculation and perceived patterns, not actual evidence.
Exactly. So there's a clear difference in the nature of the claims and the evidence or lack thereof.
And we also have to consider the different contexts.
Right. One involves a super competitive primary race.
And the other is an interview with someone who's about to leave office.
It's also striking how quickly these types of accusations can spread, especially in our current political climate.
Oh, absolutely. Things get amplified so fast these days.
I know, right? And it shows how a past allegation, whether it's proven or not, can instantly affect how people view current events.
Totally. It can lead to similar accusations even when there's no hard evidence.
And, of course, we can't forget Bret Baier's strong denials.
Yeah, he's been very vocal about maintaining his integrity and saying that the interview was conducted fairly.
Which puts the pressure on those making the accusations to back up their claims with something more than just suspicion.
Right. They need to put up or shut up.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we've explored this interesting situation, an initial allegation of preferential treatment, followed by what looks like retaliatory accusations in a totally different situation.
And it makes you think about the role of trust and maybe even more so healthy skepticism in how we consume media and engage in political discussions.
Exactly.
And I think this whole episode raises a really crucial question for our listeners.
What's that?
Well, given everything we've talked about, what does this situation tell us about the media landscape right now and how easily narratives can take hold even without solid proof?
That's a really good question.
Right, and think about the motivations behind these accusations from both sides.
Like, are they truly worried about fairness, or is this just a way to manipulate public opinion?
Exactly. It's something to keep in mind as we're bombarded with information all the time.
Absolutely. It's important to be critical thinkers.
Couldn't agree more.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive today.
Always a pleasure.
And be sure to tune in next time as we unpack another fascinating topic.
We'll see you then.